Hi scrap friends, it's Louise here of Timeless Craft Mama. I'm sharing a process video today that I've created using the January DLISH Scraps Sketch and Mood Palette. You'll see my layout here, and I must tell you I'm really happy with the way this turned out. It's become one of my favourite layouts. I love these Just Add paper kits, so much fun, so many embellishments, and it really is just about adding paper and photo. So if you haven't checked out DLISH Scraps Just Add paper kits, you really must get one because they are fantastic. So I've just taken some chevron paper because I liked the chevron in the mood palette and I thought it would be fun on this boyish kind of page. So I'm just working from the sketch that came with the Just Add paper kit, and I'm going to build this page with the photo and some papers and all these fun little embellishments. The first one is this word that came with a hashtag on the front of it, so it was hashtag handsome, and I really wanted to call my page Hello Handsome as opposed to the hashtag. So I cut the little hashtag off and just left the word handsome from the kit. So the washi tape was also part of the kit, and you'll see that on the video now. I'm just going through some of those little embellishments that came. There's a couple of titles, there's some punchinella, there's some wood veneer, some twine, a couple of flare buttons, really lots of fun stuff. So everything that you can see that I'm pulling from the left hand side came in this kit. I find that it's really easy to work with a sketch because it gives you sort of freedom and flexibility, but you also have some structure. So I'm going to go ahead and mount the photo onto some card because I knew I wanted to raise it up a little bit. And then I'm going to pop some gesso down onto the page because I'm going to put some mists and things down as well. Once the gesso's dried, I'm just using a stencil to apply some modelling paste, and this is just going to help those mists that I'm going to add down the track to just pop off the page a little bit more. Now this is one of my favourite techniques, so instead of spraying the water directly onto the page, you just use it and drop around. Now then go over the top with your mist and again just drop that mist around, and then if you spray it you can kind of see how it's watered down in some parts but got coloured droplets in others. So I'm going to repeat this process with a number of different colours. The first one was a Kaisercraft mist, and then the second one is the same process again but using the Dilutions spray. So you'll see that as I start to build up these layers, you get a really rich colour. So I'm just again using the Dilutions to add some more depth of colour to this particular page. So mixing the Dilutions with water and then drying it with a heat gun. And then you'll notice the final step is to then just dab some of that Dilutions mist around again, but not use the water this time. So you get that difference of shading and that depth of colour again. So once I'm happy with the colours that I've got on this particular page, I'm just going ahead and drying that with a heat gun, and then I'm going to just layer some more of this washi tape around. Now initially when I saw this washi tape, I have to admit it wasn't something that really grabbed my attention, but as I'm putting it down on the page, I really like that the tape itself is quite see-through, and you can see those little pops of colour that are showing up on the page. So it really is a fun washi to use. Now this particular wood, I'm going to go ahead and heat emboss that with some navy embossing powder. And during my work with this particular wood veneer word, the top of my H fell off. So you'll see later on that I'm just going through and going to add that as we go, but it is a bit of a pain in the backside, so I apologise. And I didn't quite get enough liquid on it to start with, so I'm just again adding a little bit more embossing powder and heat setting that so that it's ready to go on the page once I've laid it out. Now, when I initially started this page, I didn't know that I was going to mount that photo on anything. So you can kind of see that I've covered up most of that misting that I've used, but I still really like the effect. It's just a subtle part that's showing on the side of the photo. So I'm just going ahead and wrapping some twine around the bottom of the photo, and I've used this red spotted paper from the Just Add Paper kit, and also the film strip came from the kit as well. So I'm looking at the layout and I'm thinking, I really want to add something to it. So I've decided that I'm going to take a couple of scraps from my stash and just pop those behind the photo in those blue colours of the mood board, just to help give it something a little bit extra. Because I'd covered up most of that blue, I really just wanted some more fun colours to come through that page. So again, once I'm happy with that little cluster of paper, I'm going to go ahead and staple that together so that it's ready for mounting. Perfect, so I'm happy with that, and I'm going to add a little bit of that punchinella, trim a couple of these papers, and then start to put this layout together. Punchinella is something that I'm not something that's in my repertoire of regular supplies. I kind of like it, but I always seem to not know what to do with it. So I'm starting to add it more and more, but I'm still not sure if it's one of those items that I love or hate. Now that I'm happy with the main cluster, I'm going to stick all that down so that I'm ready to build the rest of this page. I'm really liking the combination of the red and blue. It's really boy, and I think it just works so well with the black and the grey as well. So it's really, as I said in the beginning, I love this page. I love how it turned out. The sketch was so much fun to work with, and all of the items in the kit were just perfect for boys. Now I'm just taking a watercolour pencil and just scribbling around the page in a couple of places, because I'm going to go ahead and take a paintbrush and some water and just spread that colour around, just to mix in with what I've already got going on this page. I like the control that you get from using a watercolour pencil and then paintbrush over the top. Again, another piece from the Just Add Paper kit. This one was a pocket, but I didn't particularly want to use it as a pocket, so I've gone ahead and used it in this little cluster at the bottom. Some more water and mist and dabbing just to colour that up a little bit, and then ready to mount. So I said in the beginning that I knew that I wanted to title this page Hello Handsome. It was, it's a perfect smile. It represents my boy so well, and I just love that it's this great photo of him and he's so smiling and happy, and how much it works on this page. So really a happy, fun layout that is going to look great in his album. Couple of final additions and touches going on the page here. I'm just having a look at the sketch and the little parts that came in the kit, adding a couple more strips of washi tape, and really just bringing the final stages of this layout together. It can be a little bit hard sometimes to work with lots of embellishments when there's lots in a kit. You don't want to put too many on a page and overdo it, so it can be hard just to find a balance. So the good part about these kits is that there's so many choices, and you can get 2 or 3 layouts out of a kit, and really just using up papers from your stash and photos that need to be in albums, so they're great fun. A little smile tag which I've mounted on some raised strips. And I do have to apologise here, my camera did stop recording towards the end of the video, so you will miss just the final edition of that little flare button and the journaling, but you can see all of that in the finished layout. So I hope you're inspired to give the DLISH Scraps Just Add Paper Kit a try. I love them, they are so much fun, and I'll certainly be getting them in the future. Hope you've enjoyed this layout and process video. Please feel free to leave me a comment or subscribe, or check out my blog, Timeless Craft Mama. Thanks for watching.